South Carolina, we have Coach Ray Tanner, Michael Roth, Brady and Adrian Morales, our student athletes. We're going to open up with Ray Tanner in opening statement, please.
It was a great college baseball game tonight, a hard-fought win for us. Michael battled his rear end off, and certainly Moy was very, very special as well. You got two guys out there that only gave up 6 hits on the night. That's very unique in this game. But both guys had credentials coming in, and we're just very fortunate to be able to win tonight and get to play in the winner's bracket tomorrow.
Any questions for the student athletes? Raise your hand.
Michael, it seemed like they were really working you deep in the count and staying alive with some foul balls. Was it getting kind of frustrating on some of those deep at-bats?
Part of it was due to me being behind the count a little bit too much. And I think I was more effectively wild this start than any previous starts this year. But, you know, that's just being a pitcher sometimes. You know, they keep fouling balls off.
Michael, third inning, I believe it was. Coach came out to kind of settle you down. What did he say to you?
You know, just told me to keep on going and keep battling.
Adrian, Brady, what was it that made Moy particularly effective tonight? He threw a pretty good game, only one run as well as Brady.
He's a veteran, he's experienced. He was throwing right-on-right changeups, which we rarely see for strikes. He throws 92 hard fastball. He was just keeping us off balance. We were luckily able to get 2 runs to help Mike in his performance.
He was mixing his pitches really well, good between his fastball and his changeup, and his fastball was good, which was making his changeup effective, and he had good arm speed, but he had a really good game out there.
Michael, last few starts, you kind of had to battle through a lot of different things. Tonight, it looked like you were more in a rhythm as the game went along. Just talk about how you felt up there.
You know, I'd say I battled early on, but you know, I got a little bit stronger as the game progressed, and you know, that's kind of been you know, my year, I'd say. You know, if I think I get a little bit better in the late innings.
For anybody, you guys tried to tell us all week that was a really good 4 seed. I mean, is that probably as good of a 4 seed as you can imagine seeing in the first round?
They were a very good team, and they were a good hitting team. Michael was able to keep them off balance a little bit, but that was a really good team out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, you know, obviously Moy pitched great, and you know, it was a hard-fought battle. You know, they're a team that doesn't strike out much, and you know, so they just kept putting balls in play, and it was a fight out there.
Adrian, you've always been kind of that pull hitter, knocking shots down the third base line. What happened on the at-bat where you drove him to go ahead run?
It was his changeup. I didn't want to be off balance, and you were working me middle away the whole time, so I tried to tell myself to try to stay late and try to hit the ball in the air somewhere in the opposite field or center field, and I was lucky it dropped.
Brady, with the injury struggles you've had it feel good to go up there tonight and get an RBI on the sac fly and then get another hit that really helped score a run?
Yeah, I mean, you just try to put that in the back of your mind and just play the game, but I was glad I was able to get the sac fly to help the team get on the board early.
Anything else for the student athletes? You guys go. Questions for Coach Tanner?
Brett, last year you had, you know, Roth and Price both pitched great in the College World Series tonight. First game this year, they both come up huge. Having them on your side, seeing what they managed to do in pressure situations has got to be just, for you, about as good as it gets.
Well, you know, when you have guys like that have been in situations many, many times, you feel good about what's going to happen, whether it's victorious or not. You got the right guys there, and that's all you can do. They've been there, and they don't come up great all the time, but they've had a lot of success, and we were very fortunate tonight that we were able to scratch and claw a little bit. Michael was just missing a little bit, and you know they had a good approach up there. They were putting balls in play. They were ready to go backside. They were going to take what they could get, and then of course they get something going, and JT strikes out a big guy in a bunt situation, and they pinch hit. They go left on left and left on Taylor, and Coach Meyer didn't like the one strike swing, and we just got the call. Price is hot. If he's hot, the reason to stay hot in the bullpen, use him on the mound, and he came in and was really good. But you know, those veteran guys, they give you a chance, and certainly the guys behind them feel like you have an opportunity. But Georgia Southern's very, very good. This is the third time we've played them, I guess, in 3 years. We went, I believe we played here a couple of years ago, 2-1 game on a rainy night. Then last year at their place, 13 innings, we won a game late. And then, of course, tonight 2-1. Very, very well-coached team, and some really special players over there. And to get a performance like Moy had tonight, I know they've got a couple other guys that are very special on the mound, but that's an outstanding club.
You already kind of addressed this. Taylor in the middle of the count, was it just one of the better matchup, or just that one swing said, let's go ahead and go with the best guy?
Well, JT's been pretty good. You know, and we haven't dodged left-handers this year like we did last year with Mata and Taylor. We sort of dodged those guys because we had Roth down there to bring in. So this year we haven't dodged him as much, but Price was on his way, and that one strike swing, Coach Meyer didn't like that too much. He thought it had a pretty good hack on him, and he said, Price is ready, let's go, because we'll go 2 or 3 different pitches, and we'll go a fastball in there, a little bit more juice, and it worked out good for us.
Travis?
In a game like that, can you just talk about the hit and run play and how big that is? I guess it's the genius of the call, right? And then more Brady's execution, just getting it
Well,
through.
you know, honestly, it was a green light takeoff by Walker. You know, he doesn't run a whole lot, but I think Moye realized that, you know, Walker's at first, he's probably not going to take off, and his times to the plate started to get a little bit longer. And we just, Holbrook gave him the green light if he felt like he could get a jump. Just trying to make something happen, and then Brady is able to hook one through there and get him in scoring position, and of course Adrian ends up dumping one over second to score the run. But you know, I tell guys all the time, you know, you try to win. You know, try to win. If it doesn't work out, that's okay, but you can't back into things. You got to try to make some things happen, and occasionally it goes the wrong way. But we were just trying to do something in that situation.
What about Brady's at bat though? Just he worked deep in the count, fouled off a bunch of pitches, and to play hurt too.
He, you know, even tonight before the game, there was some concern. He has had a pretty good week of practice. We protected him a little bit.